Disclaimer: this video is only for entertainment purposes only. Do not take anything serious. Please and thank you. Hello, comrades. Today I'm going to explain to you guys what this republic is. The the one on the screen. Now, I gotta tell you what the different regions are, the different semi-autonomous republics are, and what states used to belong. Most of them still there, or just smaller and will have different names. Now, let's get right into this video. Now, this is one of the, I believe, one of many republics in the United Communist Socialist People Republics. This one is made of many different old USA states, like Virginia, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, and parts of other states as well. Now, you may ask why, or you may ask why they are all together, and that is a very good question. If you didn't, well, I still gotta tell you. The different republics, or the republic, were made in this universe after the U.S. both had a civil war and then proceeded to somewhat collapse and have warlords. Though I'm not sure that map quite yet. I will show you what the facial borders look like of this republic, and eventually I'll show you what all the different new nations look like. Now, let's go over to the different semi-autonomous republics and territories. Okay, so right now you will see the semi-autonomous territories, the semi-autonomous republics, and the autonomous republic. They all wonder. Now, let's say first, why is there some states, or why the different republics, territories, republics and semi-autonomous territories and the autonomous territory. Now, they're all different legal statuses, and each one have a different type of autonomy. Now, first, we have the semi-autonomous territory of Colombia. So, they will gain and absorbed after a uprising where the other republic technically shown that it had the lack of the capability to fully control that area, and it was also agreed upon somewhat forcefully that the republic would gain the territory. Though in the case of it ever did become if this new government ever collapsed or were dissolved like the Soviet Union did, then the Colombian semi-autonomous territory will go back to the other state, or republic. Now, to the semi-autonomous republics. Now, you may ask, hey, why does West Virginia not have the name West Virginia and instead have West Slovenia, you know what I mean, Slavonia. To my knowledge and to my research, this is what I could find. The other names I do not really like, but for in low reasons, it was to separate itself from the old poor and less more corrupt state of West Virginia, as West Slavonia is technically less corrupt as under new government. The old government workers were both fired over time, and new government workers that had no ability to be, or not have all that much capability or opportunities to become corrupt, well, just never did. Kentucky kept the name as it is really the only name it will ever propose to my knowledge. And Kentucky one more stronger and less corrupt states before it became a semi-autonomous republic. It lost territory, it doesn't control all of its own territory, as one is still lost, like West Virginia did. I'll get into that in a moment. And Virginia did gain all the territory of both of them, but Kentucky was lucky enough to keep technically more of it. They just not allowed to have their own militias in the red spots. Now, for Maryland, why does it look smaller? Well, one, it also lost, but it is still a potent, so it allowed to have some autonomy. Again, also have a militia just like Kentucky and West Slavonia, but with a small population, it does have as a big one. Now, the Chesapeake Autonomous Territory, during a referendum, the people in the Chesapeake Peninsula were able to become united under one flag. But unlike the others, it was never really a true state before the US collapsed and dissolved. So, for now, it does not get the label of semi-autonomous republic, but it still have some autonomy, just not nearly as much as the republics. Now, you may ask, hey, isn't the pink one? I don't actually really know how to say it fully. But like the HGA, aren't they technically part of Canada? Well, yes. But in this world, their island will actually paid for from the new government, the United Communist Socialist People's Republic, but they were allowed one of the conditions to keep transfer to this republic was that it will automatically gain a semi-autonomous republic name instead of a autonomous territory or semi-autonomous territory. And almost one before Virginia, the semi-autonomous republic of coastal plains. During the unification of the Carolinas, and I'm going to say this in the Carolina one too, so I will go more in depth in that one. But pretty much, North Carolina attempted to well, not, well, they pretty much wanted to pretty much, how do you say this, pretty much wanted to have full republic status instead of united with South Carolina. But they also, before they were able to fully gain that status, a coup happened, and they attempted to pretty much become a dictatorship, over like a military dictatorship. So to make sure that did happen, both the LUCSPR, the LUCSPR would help the United Carolina Army of Unification stomp out that dictatorship, and then will be allowed to pretty much gain some territory. And because the Kentucky was a different state, and the people they weren't fully happy and did not want to become under the direct rule under old West Virginia, or now is known as Pennsylvania, Kentucky, or Virginia, or even Maryland, they will be allowed to become a republic under a flag. Now, for the semi-autonomous Republic of Virginia, Virginia gained territory as it did have to fight some resistance, as it was some resistance in Kentucky, but Kentucky did give less resistance, unlike Pennsylvania before the name changed. So, of course, they will gain more territory, though, just like the others, they will not be allowed to gain hold full of the territory. Pretty much the main republic government, the full LUCSPR republic government, we hold territories in all of the republics and semi-autonomous territories and autonomous territories, same with the republics. But Virginia were able to escape that for the most part, actually keep most of its own territory and hold it still, though they still have to listen to the main republic. They'll overlook all of them, as all of them would not have nearly enough power if they all united to fight off the main government. As even though Virginia and Kentucky will have the strongest militia, though militia only have 9,000 people in it. Kentucky is the second largest with about 7,000. While coastal plains only have 3, same with Pennsylvania. Maryland only have 2,000. Chesapeake have 2,000 as well, same with Columbia. HGA doesn't really have one. It does have people, the technically militia, so it is allowed to hold a militia. It's really small, and it's really not useful in a attack. You only have 1,000, which it's a lot still, but not all of them even from HGA. So yeah. Now all the red is the land and territory that directly controlled by the LUCSPR. And they directly control them. And they technically also have their own militia, or what would be considered the state guard, or pretty much the National Guard. Like the Virginia National Guard, like stuff like that. They hold about pretty much like what's it called? It holds like, I believe, 10, pretty much like a similar size to the old National Guard if you combined Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and Virginia in the old, before the U.S. collapsed. Pretty much combine all three of them. Pretty much they have the biggest militia out of all of them combined. So they still have the ability to cross any independence movements. Cited why Kentucky have a direct major territory loss and not out of control of the territory. Because they also attempted to break away. Not really sure why, because they would have had no ability to do any trade. These are the different symbols, or like the stickers, and they will be on the helmets, and the patches that will be on the uniforms. Each star represents a different militia, which will allow the other militias to recognize who is who. So that is the main purpose of stars. They also show who's would be in charge. I hope you all like this video. This is the first time I do something like this, so sorry for not the best quality. But yeah, I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe for more. So yeah, see you next time, guys.